Chapter 4. Tom is dying. It was Monday morning. Tom hated Mondays. School began on Monday, and after that, there was a whole week of school. Tom hated going to school. He lay in bed thinking if he were ill, he would not have to go to school. But he was not ill. That was a pity. His head felt all right. His stomach felt all right. He had a loose tooth, and that hurt him sometimes. If he told his aunt about it, she would pull it out at once. No, he could not stay at home for his tooth. What could he do? Then he remembered something. A week before, he had cut his toe. Perhaps it was poisoned. If it were poisoned, that would be serious. That would keep him at home. Tom began to groan. He groaned louder and louder. Sid did not wake up. He groaned louder still. Sid slept on. Then Tom cried, "Sid, wake up! I'm dying!" He groaned again. "What's the matter, Tom?" Sid asked. "Shall I fetch Auntie?" "No, don't. I'll be better soon." Tom groaned again. "Don't groan like that, Tom. How long have you been like this?" "All night. But it doesn't matter. I know I'm dying. I'm glad to die. I forgive you, Sid. I forgive everybody. When I'm dead." "Dead! Dead, Sid. It won't be long now. Tell Aunt Polly that I forgive her for hitting me. And please, Sid, will you give my cat to that new girl? Tell her." Sid was already out of the room. He was rushing downstairs crying, "Auntie, Auntie, Tom is dying." "Dying?" exclaimed Aunt Polly. She turned as white as a sheet. "Dying! I don't believe it." She rushed upstairs. "Mary!" Tom's cousin ran after her. "What's the matter, Tom?" Aunt Polly asked in a trembling voice. "Oh, Aunt Polly." "What's the matter, boy?" repeated Aunt Polly. "Oh, Auntie, it's my toe. It's poisoned." "Poisoned? Let me see." Aunt Polly put her glasses on and examined Tom's toe. Then she sat down on a chair. She began to laugh and to cry both together. "There's nothing the matter with your toe. Get out of bed and get ready for school." Tom's groans stopped. Then he said, "It's my tooth as well." "Your tooth? What's the matter with your tooth?" "It's loose and it hurts badly." "Open your mouth." Tom obeyed. "Yes," she said, "the tooth is loose, but that won't kill you. Mary, fetch me that strong thread and a lump of hot coal from the fire." "Oh," cried Tom, "don't pull it out. It doesn't hurt now. I can't feel anything, and I want to go to school." "Oh," said Aunt Polly, "now I understand. All this trouble was about school, wasn't it? You want to go fishing, I know. Oh, Tom, why are you like this? I love you, but you'll break my heart one day." Mary came in with a thread and a red hot coal. Aunt Polly skillfully tied one end of the thread to Tom's tooth. She tied the other end to the bed. Suddenly, she pushed the red-hot coal near Tom's face. Tom pulled his head away. The tooth came out. On his way to school, Tom proudly showed his tooth to the boys. They all thought that Tom was brave. Then Tom met Huckleberry Finn. All the mothers in the village disliked Huckleberry Finn. Indeed, he was a very bad example to all boys. He was too lazy to do any work. His clothes were always old and torn and dirty. He never went to school. He slept anywhere. "You mustn't play with Huckleberry Finn," the mothers said to their sons. "If I catch you playing with Huckleberry Finn, I'll tell your father," they said. All the boys in the village envied Huck. He never had to wash. He never had to get up early. He could stay up late at night. He could go swimming and fishing whenever he wanted. He never had to go to school. Many boys wished that they were Huck. Tom liked Huck very much. "Huck, Huck, Tom called. Hello, what's that? Tom asked, pointing to something in Huck's hand. A dead cat. I'm taking it to the graveyard tonight. The graveyard? Tonight? Yes. We are going to dig Horse Williams up. He died on Saturday. The doctor wants his body. Let me come with you, Huck, Tom begged. You can come if you're not afraid. I'm not afraid. At midnight, then, I'll call you. Huck used to call for Tom when everybody was asleep. Meow, meow. He used to call, and Tom used to answer, meow. Tom was late for school, as usual. When he entered the classroom, the teacher called, Thomas Sawyer. Yes, sir. You're late again. Why are you late this time? Tom was thinking of some excuse, but then he saw the new girl, that lovely girl he had seen in the garden. The desk next to hers was empty. Tom knew that if he made the teacher angry, Mr. Bobbins would send him to sit with the girls. Tom decided to be bold. I was talking to Huckleberry Finn, sir. Talking to Huckleberry Finn? Oh, exclaimed Mr. Dobbins as if he could not believe his ears. Yes, sir, I was talking to Huckleberry Finn, repeated Tom. Mr. Dobbins picked up his stick. He hit Tom hard several times. It hurt, but Tom stood there bravely. He did not cry. And now, said Mr. Dobbins, you can go and sit with the girls. All the boys laughed at this. Tom walked sadly to the girls' side of the class. He sat down in the desk next to the new girls. He was very happy, although he was looking so sad. Tom looked at her. She turned her head away from him. He put an apple on her desk. She pushed it back to him. Tom put it back again. She sat there looking at it. Then Tom began drawing. After a time, she whispered, Let me see. Tom showed her his drawing. That's nice, she said. Can you draw a man? Tom drew a man. That's very nice, she said. Can you draw me? Tom drew her as well as he could, but the result was very funny. That's lovely, the girl said. I wish I could draw. I'll teach you, Tom said. When? She whispered. After school, he whispered back. What's your name? Tom then asked. Becky Thatcher. What's yours? Oh, I know. It's Thomas Sawyer. That's my name in school. My real name is Tom. That's a nice name. At that moment, a strong hand pulled Tom's ear hard. Mr. Dobbins pulled Tom up by his ear. He led him to his own desk on the other side of the room. The whole class was laughing loudly. Tom's ear hurt him, but he felt very happy.